Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Subrata Sarker. I'm a mechanical engineer by profession. Today I'm going to discuss a topic which is neither in my connected with my professional experience or qualification, but I think basic understanding of such law is very important for all of us. Who I think most of us in some working place actually, either in job or in business. So this law is equally applicable for all of us. So but many of us doesn't have idea actually. There are many things actually, which of the things comes under this law, or because and this is equally important to understand by both male and female, because many of the acts, many of the fine things are there in this act actually, that many people doesn't have any idea that whether these may also come under offense and which is punishable actually. And many female are also facing such problems, but they don't have any idea what to do actually in this situation. What are the laws who can support them? Many of us doesn't know actually, like day by day, contribution of women in the Indian workplace is increasing, more than 6 to 7% every year, in all level, in junior level, middle level, senior level, and the topmost level. Even 11% of company CEO in India is women. And presently you can see that graph that 2015, 16, 17, every year 6-7% increase of the involvement of the women in the workplace. So it is very important to understand this law actually. Now and this law is there in many countries, and these offenses are in every country. Like say for Turkey, here, like sexual harassment at workplace, the women, if you see the statistics say 51% women are facing such problem. In India it is saying that 47% women are facing sexual harassment at workplace. In the world, highest is in Mexico, 52% women, and the least in Russia. Russia is saying that statistics say only 7% women are facing such problems. So problem is there in many countries, but in India this act is activated or the formulated on 2030, and this act is very thoroughly taken actually, and there is hardly you'll find any loophole. So people need to understand the detail of it actually. And many women are facing such problem, but they are not able to come out, because if you discuss with the women, because many today NGO organization, they are coming with organization and they are discussing with the female, they are finding that this type of problems are there in many organization. So now this act is very much powerful, though it is started in 2030, but now government has ordered, from Supreme Court has ordered, if any organization have more than 10 employees, the organization has to have an internal complaint committee, so that the female working in the organization can complain if there is any sexual harassment is there. And if there is less than 10, then there are a local area where the committee is formulated, where they can lodge the complaint. And statistics say that in India, last 10 years, the sexual harassment at workplace is increasing by 170%, almost double actually in last 10 years. And all you know that in many workplaces, in many offices, this type of these undesired and unfortunate picture is you'll find it actually. But many people doesn't have an idea what the law is contained, what comes under offense and what is not actually. I'll share some examples. Say for example, a woman is walking on the road, and some boys or males, singing a very lewd song directed to the woman. This comes under, sexual harassment punishable act, IPC 294 actually. And if for that actually 3 years jail and fine both can happen. But many boys and men doesn't have this idea actually. And even demanding a sexual favor despite the disinterest expressing by the woman is also a punishable offense for the male actually, and it comes under IPC 354A, and for that it can be 3 years up to jail. Even many times if some male is follow women on the road, say she's going back to home and someone is or workplace and someone is following him, that also comes under IPC Punishable Act 354D. And if a woman clearly refuses someone's sexual advances, and then the man is threatening him her by by any different, by physically, by monetary or many other ways, that also comes under IPC 503, which is a punishable offense actually. And if some organization is providing transportation for their employee, and something is happened inside the transportation facility, say bus or in the car, this also comes under sexual harassment at the workplace, because the transportation provided by the organization. And also, making sexually colored remark against women in a public place also comes under, IPC section 509. Many people doesn't have an idea whether it is a punishable criminal offense actually. And even if any organization, the senior colleague demanding sexual favor in exchange of giving some benefits, say promotion, say salary hike, etc., that clearly comes under Sexual Harassment Act at Workplace 2013. Even this act is so detailed, it covers everything actually. There is no loophole in this acts actually or law. Even the domestic help, maid servant, work in offices or at your home, that also comes under this act actually. Because your home is their workplace and they are your employee, maybe a temporary employee, daily wage basis, doesn't matter actually. And there are a lot of time frame is given for this law, because this is very, very important. If a woman makes a complaint to the internal committee of the organization must take action within 90 days of time limit. Otherwise, the court will punish to the organization by a huge amount, or by they close their business license. That may also can happen actually. But in a simple way to understand one important thing is in this law, which is very different from other laws actually. Here the impact matters, intention doesn't matter. What I mean to say is, says a male is saying some comments or giving some body language or gesture posture to a woman, and women take it very badly, and it impacts her and taken very negatively, then it is an offense. If the same thing is done by another person to the woman, and that person is very much known to her and she doesn't mind it, that is not a criminal offense. And sometimes men say that, oh, I thought it is a joke, so that's why I told her like that. That will not going to work actually. What the woman is thinking and how she has taken this activity, that is final actually. So this is very, very important. No logic will work in this case actually. What the woman is feeling, if she feels it is a bad actually, then it's over, then that will be taken actually. There are, as of date, 52 countries in the whole world who has got this act actually, like Prevention of Sexual Harassment and Workplace Act. Altogether 52 countries, 17 countries in US, North America, 12 countries in South America, 2 countries in Middle East, 7 countries in Africa, 6 countries in Europe, 4 countries in Asia, and 4 countries in Australia. So this is there in globally, but day by day this law is taken by many countries where this women workplace involvement is increasing day by day. Now, the definition of the employee in this act is very much clear actually, and it covers everything actually. Like if the employee is regular or temporary, doesn't matter, is an employee. Is an ad hoc or daily wage basis, doesn't matter, employee. Is a direct employee or through some agent or contractor, doesn't matter, employee. Whether remuneration is taken or not, doesn't matter, employee. Any other category, people working in the business conducted area is employee actually. And this post-act is so exhaustive to define the meaning of any word or activities. Even the lawyer is not getting any loop in this law actually to escape the criminal actually. And also the workplace. What is the workplace? Workplace is not limited to the your office or the factory. Places visited during the course of the employment. And it is not during means, it doesn't mean limited to the your office hours say 9 to 6. It includes, say, you are working in an organization for 20 years, it covers whole 20 years. Even you are out of office also. Say for office function or the parties happening outside the office, that comes under the workplace. You are in office tour and doing, and so that is also comes under the office. Customer place, client place, that is also in the workplace. Any place where the business is conducted, that is defined as a workplace in this law actually. So what are the constitute sexual harassment? People need to understand actually. Number one, for asking for sexual favor, unwanted sexual advancement, threat. If the woman is saying no, still threat is given to her, it comes under the offense. Visual conduct. The man is not saying anything, but doing some undesired visual contact, that is also comes under the sexual harassment. And if there is any verbal conduct, obviously saying something, so that also comes under this act. And physical contact, like for example touching or something actually. So there are 6 areas actually. And this is the act where the protection, like prevention is taken, prevention, protection and redressal of the cases are. So this act is very much, and those who are facing such problem, they should first make complaint to the internal committee of the organization, and internal committee needs to take action within 90 days. And the possible consequences are, number one, the accused prove if the employee will lose job immediately and maximum within 90 days of the last offense occurred actually. And it may also increase imprisonment up to 3 to 5 years, 1 to 5 years, depending on the offense intensity, and also fine amounting in India 50,000 to 5 lakhs or both actually. In many cases, if the guilty is not punished properly and the female goes to the court, court may order to cancel the business license of the organization. So this is a very serious matter to understand by everybody actually. And last but not least actually, to understand this law, impact is more important than intention. What you are thinking as a male, that doesn't matter. What the female is thinking, how she has got impacted on by this behavior, that is full and final, and that will be taken as a yes actually. So find these informations are very important to share with. You can share this presentation with your friends. And those who have not yet subscribed my YouTube channel, you can subscribe my YouTube channel by clicking on this bell icon so that you can get notification for my future presentation. Thank you so much for your attention.